Yo, what's up YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. Today we are using the Gravity team with Sceptile, Tapu Lele, Groudon, Kieran White, Gengar, and Sableye. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, highly recommend go check out. But let's get started and play some games. This team is pretty fun overall. It's definitely not the most solid team out there, but it's pretty fun. Gravity is amazing to have, making your moves very accurate so they can't miss. And one of the things I hate about Groudon is missing, as we got a first opponent from Greece, 1685 rating as our first opponent. Ooh, Kyogre Ho-Oh. You know what's food for that? Ooh, but I'm not too big a fan. Actually, Kyurem does so much work here. Why does Kyurem do so much work here? Like, the thing is, okay, Ho-Oh's not that big of a problem. The Tornadus is a little bit annoying with Tapu Koko, so I can't really put the Pokemon to sleep right away. It's probably Scarf Kyogre too. I think I want to go Sceptile plus Tapu Lele right off the bat. Oh, this is kind of tough because I feel like lead-wise this could go really good for us or really bad for us. We don't have speed control either, and my opponent has Tailwind as an option either on both the Tornadus and Ho-Oh, or at least just the Tornadus. I definitely want Groudon in the back, and I think I want to have Kyurem. Yeah, I don't think Gengar helps too much in this matchup. It can do a lot to Serena, but I mean, that's what we have Kyurem for. And the Groudon, we definitely, because it's my best answer to Ho-Oh, as well as can slow down the Kyogre. Although it's going to take 80% from Water Spout, since we are one of those frailer Groudons. So we'll see how this goes. This does not look like fun. Tornadus plus Tapu Koko and Serena definitely doesn't look like fun. I was thinking of leaving Sableye plus Kieran White potentially, but my opponent avoids the Quash, which is very frustrating for me. So yeah, we'll see what my opponent decides to lead here. I could definitely see something like a Serena plus a I don't know what you would lead here. Maybe Serena Tornadus. I think that'd be an okay lead. It really just depends on what my opponent feels like. We'll lead Sceptile Lele here, as we're gonna see the Tornadus and Kyogre. Okay, so if you want, we could Grass Whistle the Tornadus. We could also just go for the Grass on the Kyogre, because I'm pretty sure Tapu Koko would come in for a slap. Maybe Tapu Koko would also switch for Tornadus. That's also another play. So it really just depends on what I really want to do here. I think Grass Knot just makes so much sense in the Kyogre just for the damage. And I think getting I kind of want to knock on Tornadus though. I could do that with Grass Knot plus Psyshock, I think. But I really don't want to risk Tornadus switching out into Tapu Koko, do I? No. But do I want Gravity up, or do I want immediate damage? Because immediate damage might be important. I think I'm going to go for the Psyshock immediately into Tornadus. Unless Kyogre switches out into Tapu Koko and Tornadus just decides to knock out my Sceptile. But I feel like you have to Z-move in order to knock out Sceptile. Like, this Sceptile is very, especially defensively, bulky, as we are going to see the Kyogre retreat into Tapu Koko. So I could have Grass Whistled the Tornadus, but that's fine. I could also do it the next turn if I really want to. So Tapu Koko going to bring out its Electric Surge. Maybe a Taunt also comes out. I could also see a Taunt. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so I like that play for my opponent. It covers both options. I should have thought about the Taunt earlier, but I mean, regardless, I went for damage straight away, which is good. So we get a Psyshock and a Grass on the Tapu Koko, which isn't bad, and a Psyshock into the Tornadus, which also isn't bad damage. So now it really just depends. What do I want to do to my opponent's side? Sceptile being fast is pretty nice here. I could try to knock out the Tornadus. I could try to sub Gravity here, which wouldn't be a bad play because my opponent doesn't really have much to touch Kyurem. I can't protect. I'm forced to Grass Knot or switch out, and I think I definitely want to Grass Knot. I think I'm going to Grass Knot the Tornadus here. And the question is, do I want a Gravity or just Moonblast? I think getting up a Gravity just for my Kyurem to start going for Blizzard, because I think all these Pokemon are going to be in range of Blizzard at this rate. So I think that's definitely worth it on my side. So we'll go for Gravity here and Grass Knot, as we will get the Grass Knot off into the Tornadus. Ooh, that almost KO'd actually. Oh man, if that KO'd, that would have been amazing. A Thunder comes out straight away. I could have went into Groudon. Ah, that kind of sucks for me. But it's a Hurricane coming out, so that's not too bad. Or a Z-Fly, okay. I don't mind that. If that's going out in a Sceptile, I don't mind that. I can get in my Kyurem the following turn and just click Blizzard, I guess. Yeah, I think that would be okay. So we're going to see Supersonic Sky Strike come out from the Tornadus. It is going to target down my Sceptile. Okay. Which probably knocks out, I would assume, because even with our special defense boost, yeah. I think we could live a regular Hurricane, but I definitely don't think we would live a Supersonic Sky Strike. So Sceptile goes down. Not too big of a deal. We do get Gravity up. We could go Groudon here and just click Precipice Blades, and I really like that, actually, because my opponent has no switch into Precipice Blades. So we'll go Groudon right here. Or we could go Kyurem. Nah, but Groudon's better because we have the pressure with Precipice Blades, and we outspeed the Tapu Koko, and my opponent has no switching. The Tapu Koko could protect, which is the only annoying part about this decision, but I think we gotta just take it. We also, maybe my opponent attempts to Volt Switch here, which is definitely an option I could see. I'm gonna go Kyurem here and Precipice Blades. If I can get a double knockout here, that's just fantastic for me, because if I can get a double knockout, I could just switch out Groudon, bring it back in, and then Groudon just gets to have a lot of fun against my opponent's team. So we'll see what my opponent decides to do. We'll retreat Lele out into the Kyurem here and draw off the Precipice Blades immediately, as my opponent might just decide to try to Volt Switch here, but Tapu Koko smartly goes for the Protect, which is fine, as we will go and see Tailwind. Yeah, that was the annoying part, because I knew Tornadus was guaranteed a Tailwind no matter what in this situation. Tornadus was no way not just clicking Tailwind here. So now we do have a bit of a problem dealing with the Kyogre, but I think it should still be fine, as we do knock out Tornadus, which is great. And we're going to see probably Kyogre come out, I assume. I can't see anything else really coming out here. Yeah, Kyogre comes out. I sack Lele. I think I have to go for the Z move into Kyogre, because I think that's my most damaging move. But that means I have to take a Water Spout, and then, I mean, it's still my best play if this is a Scarf Kyogre anyway, regardless. So I'm going to go for the Z move into the Kyogre and hope that maybe in some shape or form I can potentially get Groudon into a position where I can just live both the attacks from the Ho-Oh in the back plus the Kyogre, the Water Spout, and then just click Precipice Blades. It's still very unlikely, but that is my only out. We're going to see Tapu Koko hard retreat, so that might be an indication of no Volt Switch, but we're seeing Incineroar come out instead. No Ho-Oh. That makes this unique. A very unique situation. Depends on what the Kyogre clicks. It should be Water Spout. I think I'm in okay position with this, actually. No, this might not be the worst position, but it's not the greatest one. I took a Water Spout, but I do limited damage, which is actually kind of important for my Groudon, so I can't tell which one's better or worse. Geez, that Water Spout still does so much to a resisted base 120 special defense Kyurem White. We will go for the ICM, and yeah, like, I don't need my Z move for anything else. It is going to be targeting down the Kyogre. I have no reason not to make this play, so we'll go for the Subzero Slammer here. I'm actually surprised Grass not did that much to Tornadus. It's a bit unfortunate that we couldn't pick up the knockout. Subzero Slammer will come out into the Kyogre. Let's see how much it does. I'm hoping for 40. Not bad. That's not bad. We get Groudon, and then we get to click Precipice Blades. Actually, what the beneficial part of this is, since there's Psychic Terrain still left, yeah, since there's Psychic Terrain, you can't fake out Water Spout into another one. Oh, that's actually pretty big. So we'll go for Precipice Blades here. And I think we're just going to go for a raw Earth Power into the Incineroar. So my opponent might decide to sack the Tapu Koko, which is fine, because if I'm able to knock out the Incineroar with the Precipice Blades and take no damage, I think this is really beneficial. Maybe I should have protected Kyurem in case Precipice Blades is not enough to knock out, but I'm pretty sure that Precipice Blade should be enough to knock out. Oh, it can get a fake out. Oh, that's right. Into Groudon, though. Actually, that's more beneficial because you're stalling out your own Tailwind. And now I can guarantee a Precipice Blades off into my opponent's Mon, and it will definitely knock out both. Okay. So we'll go for Precipice Blades here. Unfortunately, like, This is the last turn of Gravity, which does suck for me. But it is the play that I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for Earth Power and Precipice Blades double up in Incineroar in case you try to risk Kyogre, which is a really bad play if my opponent... I might come down to a potential speed tie. It should be modest Kyogre based on the water spot damage it did to Kyurem. So this is going to be really close. If I can win the speed tie, I think I just win the game. If I lose it, maybe I could still... Oh, it's Scarf. Tapu Koko. It can't protect. Oh, it's really going to come down to speed tie because I really need... And also I need to hit Precipice Blades on the Kyogre. Oh, I didn't think it was Scarf Tapu Koko, but now that Heart Switch makes more sense instead of like a Volt Switch. So we are able to knock out the Tapu Koko and the Incineroar here, but yeah, I mean, are we gonna win the speed tie? Are we gonna hit Precipice Blades? Those are two questions because we need to A, win the speed tie, and B, hit Precipice Blades. Because my opponent, I mean, you're not living a single target Precipice Blades. I think you're throwing if we go for Origin Pulse because he would miss. And yeah, like, Water Spout would definitely knock me out the range I'm at, so comes down to Groudon. Every time. We don't even miss. At least miss the Groudon so we can do another 50-50. Okay, unfortunate. We did get the speed tie, unless like the Kyogre's on max speed for some reason, but yeah, that would have probably knocked out the Kyogre. Regular Precipice Blades does so much, especially since we're max attack. We would have probably just knocked out the Kyogre and won the game. I'm like very confident of at least KOing it, but man, every important... This is why Groudon. This is why I don't like Groudon. I think I've said this in multiple videos, but come on, like... Obviously, we're always guaranteed to hit Precipice Blades on the Gravity, so I'm not counting those odds. But like when we do have to hit an important Precipice Blades outside of Gravity, we always miss the first one and the important one we go for. It's so unreliable, but yeah. And my opponent also went for Origin Pulse and gave me a shot to win the game too. Yeah, because like it could have missed Groudon, so I could have got another chance to win the game. Man, unfortunate. But we'll continue on. I mean, I don't feel that bad about how we played. I'm just wondering how much... I should probably calc Moonblast versus Psyshock because Tornadus has, what, base 10 more special defense in the special defense stat than compared to his physical defense. I don't remember if Moonblast or Psyshock does more because if Moonblast does more than Psyshock, Moonblast might have put it into Grass Knot range. So that might be a calc I have to look up in the future, because I think that would be a very important calc. I would need to know if Moonblast and a Grass Knot could KO a Frail Tornadus, because that would be very beneficial for this team. Otherwise, I think the Grass Knot was okay turn 1. Yeah, maybe like if I went for the hard read and went for the Grass Knot into the Tornadus instead turn 1, it might have been better, but I don't think it's just like a read worth risking there, as we got a second opponent with a Kyogre, Yveltal. Oh boy, another Tornadus, but it's with Lele, so there's no Koko, so that means no terrain's gonna be changed up with Yveltal and Arcanine. Okay. Alright, so the game plan again is just to get Kyurem and Groudon into decent spots where they can sweep, and it's very possible in this game. Tornadus is just one of these Pokemon that are very problematic for this team though. Maybe if I had Taunt on Sableye, it could be better. Maybe I get rid of it over Foul Play. I don't know, because I think Foul Play is still a decent move to have on Sableye, but I haven't really clicked it much when I brought it, so who knows, might be something worth considering in the future. I could also just lead Kyurem, but the problem of leading I mean, I could lead Kyurem in Fury because like Kyurem's actually really good against my opponent's team. My opponent doesn't have any ways to hit it. So I either lead Sceptile plus Lele or Kyurem plus Lele. I think I'm going to try Kyurem plus Lele because I really want to experiment around a bit with this team, see like what kind of options I have without just leading the Sceptile plus Tapu Lele, because I feel like that's sometimes a bit too predictable. And I think it's definitely worth testing. Even if we do lose this game, we just gain the information for the future. And I don't think it's a bad combination at all, because I think Kyurem does so much work against my opponent's team that it can definitely be worth bringing here. Also, I could try to figure out the speed tier on the Arcanine from my opponent's side by leading both of these Pokemon. So let us see what my opponent decides to bring here. Sableye might have been a decent lead, but I'm not sure how well Sableye. Maybe I should have Sunny Day on the Sableye next time. I don't know. Maybe that could help. Yveltal Tornadus lead, so this could be very beneficial or very bad. Dark Aura goes first, so it's a max speed Yveltal. Not good. I just don't know if you're Z-move Tornadus, if you're Focus Sash. You just don't know anything about the team. I think it's just better to Gravity and Protect here to scout for a Z-move. Potentially Z Hurricane or a Darkium Z from the Yveltal here. Yeah, this isn't a very beneficially. Like, the Kyurem looks great here, but only if we were like Scarf on the Kyurem. And even if we were Scarf Kyurem, it would have been hard. Maybe Sableye was the play, because I could at least quash immediately. But we're going to see Tornadus actually retreat here into the Kyogre. So that's a very interesting switch on my opponent's part. Like, that's a very interesting switch. Okay. Hopefully this isn't a knockoff into the Lele. Although, I'm not sure if knockoff KOs unless you're not Black Glasses. But we'll figure it out. We're going to see knockoff. It targets down... Oh, it does target my Lele. Oh, no. I mean, that's not the worst, but now we're dealing with no gravity, which is really bad. Yet at the same time, not that bad. I kind of wish I got gravity up, or at least went for Blizzard, though. At least we could go either into Sceptile or Groudon, I think. We could Grass Knot the Kyogre. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Sceptile. Because I think now I'm going to need to have the Groudon reliably for damage at this point. We're going to go Sceptile and activate our Psychic Seed immediately. And this might pressure my opponent to try and get rid of the Sceptile before I go for Blind Grass Whistles, which I'm not going to go for just yet because I do have a play of just going for the Grass Knot. And really my Icium Z is only here for the Yveltal. I might as well just click in the Yveltal. Although Blizzard might not have been a bad option because Kyogre could always switch out into, let's say, the Tornadus on my opponent's side. But yeah, so I feel like knockoff should be a boosting item in the Yveltal, so it's probably Black Glasses, I want to say. Unless I don't know my Lele calc, but we're going to see Tornadus Retreat, which is smart, into the top of Lele on my opponent's side. Okay. Which is still an annoying Pokemon to handle from my team, but we'll see. We'll go for Grass Knot into the Lele. That did nothing, as knockoff going to come out into my Kyurem, but luckily we had the Z Crystal, so it doesn't really... Wow, that still did half. Yeah, that's Black Glasses for sure. We're going to get the Icium Z off. We at least knock out the Yveltal, but now the Tornadus is a little... This Tornadus is going to be really hard to deal with, and I still don't know where the Z move or the Choice Scarf is, in fact. Because could be Scarf Lele, could be Scarf Kyogre on this team. Like, there's so many potential options, so we are going to go for the Z move. Did anyone else get reminded by Super Mystery Dungeon? If you haven't played that game, it's a spoiler, so you might want to stop this video now. But anyone else remember Super Mystery Dungeon? Like when Yveltal got frozen like that? Alright, Tornadus comes out. I click Grass Whistle to try to delay the Lele, and we just go for the Blizzard. We go for a Raw Blizzard. It's our only chance. It's our only chance. Also, I think we lose it. Maybe we don't lose it. No, I feel like we should lose if it is the Hurricane. But we will find out if it is or not. We also lose if we lose the speed tie against Lele with our Kyurem and don't get the Blizzard off. So we'll see what happens here. On the bright side, we still have Sceptile alive, which is pretty important. We do hit a Grass Whistle though, so that's one step into coming back in this game. So we do get the Grass Whistle off into the Tapu Lele. And we're going to see, it is Choice Scarf Tapu Lele, it looks like, because it also bet the Tornadus as just a raw Hurricane coming out into the Sceptile slot. Which shouldn't knock out with our special defense boost. Nice. That's really annoying. Blizzard. We do hit both though, so we're hitting our moves. Unlike our Groudon in the last game. Wow. Oh, that did damage. Oh, I think we'll go for Grass Knot Blizzard here. Well, because we target down the Lele, we either hope A, we don't hit ourselves, or B, Lele just doesn't wake up. Like, those are our plays here. Because we'll Blizzard just in case like Lele does attempt to wake up. We're going to see the Tailwind come out from my opponent, which is fine. And actually, if I miss this Blizzard and a Tornadus, it might not be that good. We do at least get the Grass Knot off into the Lele, so that's nice. If we hit the Tornadus, I feel very good about winning this game. Nice. Okay. Okay. Our Kyurem's accurate. Our Groudon's not. I'd rather use Blizzard Kyurem Whiting Tournament instead. Alright. So we do get rid of the Tornadus. Here comes the Kyogre once again. And, you know, if it's not Scarf Kyogre, Sceptile just gets to click Grass Knot into the Kyogre. I'm definitely protecting my Kyurem, though. It is my most optimal play here. And just protecting my Kyurem here. Because if it's Scarf, we reveal it now. It outspeeds my Sceptile. But even if it does, like, I just get a free switch into Groudon by it knocking me out. But it's not Scarf on the Kyogre, so we do get a Grass Knot off. And that's big damage into the Kyogre, as we're going to see just a Water Spout, which should knock out my Sceptile at this range. Oh, wow, it doesn't. Sceptile coming in clutch. Okay, why is it Life Orb Kyogre? Why is it Life Orb Kyogre? No, 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 no. And the rain stops, but it doesn't matter. Why is it Life Orb Kyogre? No, 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 no. Well, we got lucky with fading our moves, and this was kind of the game we had to, since we did lose our Gravity turn 1. Like, I don't know if it was worth risking Kyurem turn 1. Maybe it was worth risking turn 1, but I feel like that's more of a read on my opponent's side than anything. But I guess since it was Sash on the Tornadus, you didn't want to risk going for the Blind Hurricane into a attack from Yveltal, because if that is the case, you don't want to lose potentially both your Pokemon right there to a Blizzard, or take so much damage immediately for a missed knockout, and then we put in a really awkward spot. So it does make sense what my opponent decided to do turn 1. And yeah, I just had to play an item guessing game there, unfortunately, because like since I am slower with Kyurem than both of the Pokemon, unless it was like a bulky unless it would have been a bulky Tornadus, like, yeah. But maybe a better lead would have been Sableye plus Kyurem in that game, as we got Tina as our last opponent from Japan, running Classic Zerndon with Tapu Fini. Why is everyone having the sleep counters? It's not a bad option to have the Sableye plus the Gengar. Plus Gengar actually does make a lot of sense, but unfortunately we don't outspeed Raichu guaranteed. But I'm not sure if he would bring Raichu anyway. I think my optimal lead, no matter what, is just to lead Sceptile plus Lele. Although I kind of want to experiment with Gengar plus Sableye. The thing is, Gengar does work against Xerneas and Fini, but like the Shadow Ball is kind of weak against my opponent's side if it's especially defensive on the Groudon. I don't know if that's worth it. The Sceptile can hurt the Groudon. Okay, damage to Xerneas. Still has that Grass Whistle support. Like, I think it's definitely worth keeping. So we'll go Sceptile plus Lele with Groudon and Kyurem White in the back. Yes. We'll see how this goes. Ever seen the Xerneas plus the Incineroar lead? We're playing mind games between either switching on a Fini, protect U-turn, or protect Flare Blitz immediately. Like, that's not going to be fun. But we'll see how this goes. Let's see. What do you lead here? We'll lead our Sceptile plus our Lele against our opponents. Xerneas Raichu. It could be a Nuzzle Raichu, which is concerning. Oh no, I could very well just see Fini coming in, and I just don't see... Well, actually... So either you go Fini now, or you just protect Nuzzle. Those are your two plays. I'm actually leaning towards my opponent going straight for the Nuzzle and protect here, because I think I could... Like, if I protect Sceptile and switch out Lele into, like, Groudon, for instance, like, I could switch back into Lele, catch the Fini, and then just Grass Whistle. But then again, I wouldn't have Gravity up, so I don't think that's that reliable for me, but my opponent might just decide to try and Nuzzle here. So, might come down to some situations, but I think I can't ever let Xerneas set up, so I think I am going to just attempt to go for the Screech Psyshock. Because even if it doesn't KO, if, like, Fini comes in, yeah, I would have gotten the read, too. Okay. Should have went with my gut. Yeah, it's a Nuzzle. Oh, it's in a Lele though. I think it's worth to Screech here. I still think it's worth Screeching Psyshocking because unless Xerneas goes Incineroar, we're... do I want to make that play? I just don't want Xerneas to ever set up, so I think it's just still worth it regardless. But, man, I could have had a better play. I'm getting red here. I'm getting red really badly. Okay. Did I raw Grass Whistle the next turn? Might be. I just don't know if he brought Groudon now. So, I mean, well, you avoid the Screech, but as long as I get Groudon in, it doesn't matter really. I mean, the positive notes is that my Sceptile is still decent. Well, paralyzed anyway. I guess I'm just going to protect and get Groudon in. At least the positive part is Xerneas is still not set up yet, which is very positive for my side of the field. And Sceptile, most likely Incineroar is going to stay in here. So, yeah, but these first two turn plays, I think my opponent's definitely got the right reads. And I probably should have just went for the Psyshock into the Raichu turn one. We'll go into Groudon here and attempt to protect because we can then just draw Blades the following turn. So that would be very beneficial here as we will protect our Sceptile. And we do get it, so nice. We don't take a Nuzzle or anything. We're going to see a Volt Switch hard into the Lele and a Flare that's coming out into the Sceptile. Perfect. Okay, that's not too bad. Well, attempt to Grass Whistle the Raichu slot because I don't think Grass Knot really helps us in this situation, and we'll just draw off a Precipice Blades because Raichu could try to switch out into Xerneas for instance. And if we catch it, we're in a really good spot. We're going to see actually the Incineroar hard switch into the Feeny, which is also a good play for my opponent, but let's see what the Raichu's doing. If it's just staying in and going for the Volt Switch, maybe it's Sash, which is okay. We missed a Feeny, which is very bad too, because we kind of need damage on everything at this point. Because we're so far behind in this game. Like, every miss is not helping, but we didn't get Gravity up, which is like, you know, something. Volt Switch gonna come out. I guess I should Grass Knot there. Let's see what's coming out, though. Maybe Incineroar or maybe the Xerneas. On a positive note, Sceptile's still faster. But, yeah, Xerneas is gonna come out. Ooh, can we win? I think the point is now trying to get a Grass Knot into... Yeah, I should have Grass Knotted first. Grass Knot first was better. I mean, we'll go for Precipice Blades and a Grass Knot into Xerneas now. I mean, I think we could still win, actually, because you're going to switch out Feeny and Incineroar and just Geo here. Or not. Okay, you're taking a Precipice Blades, which is really not good for you. Oh, that's a bulky Xerneas. That's like bold. What the heck? That did nothing. Here's a Grass Knot. Geomancy, okay. What does the Feeny do? I'm really worried about Nature's Madness into the Sceptile slot specifically. Might be just an Icy Wind, and I think if it's an Icy Wind, I'm in an okay spot. Because I can attempt to go into Lele and pray for a Grass Whistle hit, which is probably my best odds of winning this game right now. So, it's just Icy Wind, okay. So as long as my opponent doesn't Moonblast the Sceptile, we have a chance. Yet again, if my opponent Moonblasts the Sceptile, which is not a bad play at all, you would be able to win the game, so. Unless Grass Knot KOs the Xerneas, but I want to say that's really, really close. Actually, I think Grass Knot might be able to KO the Xerneas at the... Well, Blades did like 40. The Grass Knot did about 40. It's a little less than 20. I'm gonna go Lele here and just Grass Knot. Because I don't fit. Could I lose? Did I have room to lose Groudon? Maybe I should have just went for Precipice Blades just in case my opponent did go for the Moonblast roll. Because I think it wouldn't have been a terrible situation if that was the case. Let's see what my opponent does though. It is a Moonblast though. Should I want to stay in, went for Precipice. Oh, but it's in the Groudon. I mean, that works. Please hit. Please hit. Oh, that's why. I should have Grass Whistled. That was a good play on my opponent's side. And that Feeney's fast. It outspeeds my Subtile even after... I don't know what the speed is though, calced. Because it's unburdened, but it's paralyzed, and then you get the speed drop. I don't know what that is, actually. The play is the Xerneas to be slow Xerneas, and I get Rock Slides off and flinch to Xerneas to death. Or I get a Grass Whistle off. Yeah, that was... I mean, the play worked for us, sort of. Not the heal pulse though. Having the Feeny being faster and being able to heal pulse was definitely problematic. We're gonna see the switch out in Incineroar. So maybe it is slow Xerneas? I don't know. I can't imagine a +2 Xerneas underspeeding a Groudon. I just can't see it. Well, +1 Groudon. Yeah, it throws off a Moonblast into Deceptile. Okay. It does KO, so that's game. I should have went for Precipice Blades crit there. We even missed Xerneas. I feel like this game was just a bunch of mistakes. I think there are definitely room. Like, my opponent played well, getting me the first 2 turns. I think maybe I should have played I should have went with my gut feeling. Like, I should have went with my gut feeling with Xerneas. Like, the protect play might actually be more obvious in retrospect than when I was thinking of it earlier. So, I mean, I probably would have protected Sceptile. My opponent would still got Paralysis and Lilac. I mean, there's no hope of winning this game because you just click Gleam and I'm locked into Rock Slide anyway. So, take back notes of this game. It's look at what I could have done better against the Raichu. The Nuzzle was really bad. And I think I had to risk Grass Whistle at that point. Like, there was still maybe a chance I could come back if I got a Grass Whistle off. But that's just like asking for a lot through Paralysis and all that. And even then, Heal Pulse is still really annoying to deal with on the Feeny. I would have had to hope for multiple turn sleeps at that point. But I think it was still manageable. But yeah, the first 2 turns were really bad. I think getting the damage on a Raichu immediately would have been nice. Maybe attempting even a raw Grass Whistle there into the Raichu was better. Or maybe even just going for Grass Knot. I think doing one of those would have been more beneficial than me just going for a attempt at Xerneas. Because my opponent will know how valuable Xerneas is and getting a Geomancy up because I can't really do much against it. So yeah, definitely something to consider. My opponent didn't even bring Groudon, so maybe bringing the Gengar was definitely more beneficial than the Kyurem because Kyurem didn't do much. So yeah, those are the things I probably would change about that game. But hope that everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Back to Battles. If you did like it, please leave a like down below. Show support. As you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, such as my social media, my side tiers, and all that other good stuff will be linked in the description down below. You can also check out the placement of this team if you do want to go try it out. Otherwise, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.